I welcome you to my channel. So in this video particularly, we are going to be discussing how to use Canva for a complete beginner. If you are a beginner in graphic design, then this video is for you. Just like all this design can be created on your smartphone. It's not until you get a system that you can start using your smartphone to design. So let's just get straight to the point. Canva, you can easily have the app on your phone, or you can work from the website. Anyone that feel convenient for you, you can go for. But basically, I love working on the website because the website is very fast to access. Unlike the app, on the other hand, if your phone doesn't have much gram, such as 2 gig upward, are going to be having issue working on Canva app because it's going to take a lot of time to load and it's going to be hanging somehow, which means that if you have a low gram with your smartphone, then I will advise you to go for the website. So let's head to the website now. So once you reach your Google Chrome like this, just search for canva.com. You'll have seen something like this. So the first page that pop up, this is how the interface is going to look like. This is the page for the Canva. As you can see, you are going to see a lot of tools below this side, and the basic things, if you are trying to use Canva, there are a lot of premium features that you can have, which means that it has the pro version and has a free version. But don't worry, the free version also has a lot of things that you can do with it. One thing I love about Canva is that it has templates you can work. There are different kind of templates here, which means even if you don't have an idea, you can easily use some templates someone has already created to draft out your own design. And although those templates are not that good, but I can still give them a rating, that is, they look nice. Check it out. These are different kind of templates that you can use for your design like this. So now let's start right now. If you now want to create your own design from scratch, all you need is just to click on the plus icon down here. Once you click on this plus icon, it is going to suggest to you, like, is it going to be a customized size, a book cover, a doc size? And if you start scrolling, you're gonna see something like phone wallpaper, YouTube banner, logos, presentation, whether you want to present something which will entails all these pie charts and the likes. See, it gives you a lot of ways to start your design. But for here, we can, if you have a particular size on your head, or a particular client give you a size and it's not among all these suggested template size, then you can click on customer size. So it is going to direct you here, and it will be, the unit is in pixel. If it is in inches, you can change it from here to inches, millimeter, or centimeter. But if it is in pixel, fine. Then you are going to write the width and the height. From there, you can easily generate. Let's say you want to create something in pixel for like 1028 by 480, something like this. I want to create it, and the unit is in pixel. Once you input your value like this, just click on create new design. You see, this is the actual size for that particular size I picked, and it is going to suggest me designs. Let me drag this back. So this is how it is going to bring this thing for you. So now you can see there are some tools down here, and I'll be breaking them down for you. So let's start with the design part. Once you click on the design part down here, it is going to suggest you different templates based on this particular size. That particular size, some people have created design with that size, so it is going to suggest you, if you want to use the templates created by others, you can easily pick from any of these except the pro one, except the pro version. As you can see, there's still a lot of design templates based on this size. And on the other part here we have styles. This particular styles is give you, you can easily use the combination of colors. Can you see something like this? Let's just click on colors here. It is suggest you color palettes, which means that if this particular page of your design has a particular color like this, it can still have another color. It depends on your choice, the particular color you are working with. Not only the combo, it is going to suggest you the font also. The font smear, in graphic design, font smearing is very essential. You have to know how you can combine different kind of font. This particular combination is going to suggest you fonts that you are going to use. So you see, this is color palette. That is a combination of color palette and font, and this is font set by itself. Maybe it's going to suggest you the fonts. Let's click on one of the font sets. Can you see something like this? It suggests you the headline for the fonts. These fonts are totally different. The one for the headline, the one for the subheading, and the one for the body, they are different. And if you want to type, all you need is just to click on the one for the headline. It's going to suggest you these three tools here. Those are the top and those are the bottom. So if you want to type edit, let's say for the headline you want to type something like survey. Can you see, as I was typing it was inputting those words inside, and that is done. All you need is just to click on the board. So if you now want to add some edits, you want to do anything to it, then you can now go ahead with selecting a font. If you want to change the font, you can go by selecting the particular font that was used. It is Mattel, so you can decide to change the font. Maybe let's say Montserrat, like this. You see, it has changed the font from Mattel to Montserrat, and you can design like text type. So is it, the particular text style, it was actually a heading. If you now want to convert it to a subheading, you see it changes from heading to a subheading, but let's leave it as an heading. Then you click on the mark once you are done. So this is font size. As you can see below here, this is the font size. All you need is just to create, and the font size is just to enlarge the font or to reduce it. Let's say I want to enlarge it. Just have to drag or you type here. If you want to type, you can type, let's say 128, then voila, it has enlarged. Can you see something like that? Sorry about that. So that is all about font size. You can reduce it, you can enlarge it. So now let's go to font color. For instance, you want to give your text a color, and you've already selected it. You can decide to give it black, let's say pink. You see, as I was clicking on each color, it started changing the color for the text. You can select on purple, you can select on blue, any kind of a color, any form of color you like. I like this navy blue. So let's go back. So for here, the next part here is, as you can see, different icon, they have their own type of their functions. Let's start with the B, which stands for bold, which means that if this is actually not in bold format, you can just change it. Let's try this one here, the subheading text. Let's say you want to bold it, just click on the B. Can you see it's already been bold? That is why it's cancelled the bold. You see, like this, it has not been bold. The bold effect is not attached to it. So if you click on the bold, you see that particular text become deeper, as in it become bold. And once you click on the bold for subheading, it cannot be italicized. And you see the italicized format cannot work. Let's unbold. It means that subheading cannot be italicized, only the body can be italicized. So you can use the I here. So let's select this one first. Let me first enlarge it. So that you can see the work of italicized format here. It seems it cannot. Anyway, the I format here is used to italize the word, where it's used to make it slant and bend. Hope you understand. So why the U here is actually for what underline. If there is particular text you want to underline in your context, then you can use the italicized format. You can use the italicized format to italize it. Why the next font here is just to give it a stroke. For instance, like in Nera right now, you want to give a stroke, or when you are doing your documentation, there is particular text that you want to cancel out. It's not like you want to delete it, but you want to apply a stroke. You can just use that particular format for it. And why this one, the last one here, is just to give everything in what, in capital letter. In capital letter, the last one at the edge here, which serve as a small a to bigger a, which means giving all of them in capital letter. And as you can see, the second line from the format here, these are just a format whereby you centralize your project, or you put them in words, you put them like a side by side. Let me type some things out here first. Alright, so let's say I have some words like this: incorporate energetic tones like orange, all these blah 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 words. So this particular format we are talking about, I can only use it on words like this. Let's start with the first one by the left side here. So if I click on it, can you see what it actually happened? It aligned them toward the left. Alignment, that is just basically the work of all these formats that are in the middle. Alignment, whether to align it to the left side, or to align it to the center, or to align it to the word, to align it to the right, or to just align everything straight. So the first one is to align them to the left. When I click on the second one, to align them to the center, while I click the third one to align them to the right side. And the fourth one here is just to align them to have like a form of a straight line. It might look similar to what, to the first one format I click, which is at the left side here, but they are totally different. It's just to align them to in form of straight line. So why the third format rule here, as you can see, is just to add points to your text, to add points to your text. When you click on them, you see this particular text has a point, and it's added a point to it. If you want to use a point, you can use it, and if you want to use a text, you can use, it's assigned one as the first sentence here. So that is all about formatting. Let's go to the next two. Then we have spacing. Spacing is very essential when you are trying to design and do some things with your design. For instance, there are some fonts that do not spread out, and you wish like spreading them, expanding them. Spacing is where you can easily go for. And then you can letter spacing. If you want to space, if you want to give those letters space, on a hard space within those letters, as you can see, as I was increasing the space, the letters are gaining spaces between them, and you can return it back to the normal. While the line spacing is just to adjust the space between each line, the first line, the second line, if you want to adjust line between them, something like that. So that is all about spacing tools actually. Now let's go to effects. Effect is one of the essential tools on Canva, and I love using it because it's gonna have some amazing effect to your text. Let's say we want to add effect to survey. We are not using those texts again. Let's say we want to add effect to survey like this. So clicking on the effect, you just have to select any of them. If I click on this, can you see what happened? It add another layers, which is a light navy blue or deep blue like this, and you can see there are different kind of, this one it add a blur image, a blur background, and if it's gonna be an outline, Can you see different kind of effect? It's based on your taste, the one you feel like using in your context. And we have shape. If you want to bend it, if you want to make your sentence curve, can you see? And if you are trying to use this curve, you can edit the curve by just simply clicking on that effect again. You can reduce. Can you see something like this? As I was reducing it, it's bending. You can bend it out, you can bend it in, something like this. So that is all about effects. So effects, you can easily do all these, adding effects or coughing out your text. So let's go to animation. As you can see, we are here on the animation part. This animation part is very best for presentation, because if you are trying to create a design or a flyer, there is no need for animation because it will move. But this is particularly good for presentation. You see something like this typeset. Can you see? You can start editing it, the speed, and that is under what the proof version. If it's going to be in this format of this, all you just need is just to select the type of text that you want, the type of animation that you want. And we have what we have transparency. So transparency, it helps in reducing the opacity of your text. If you don't want it to be very bold, you just need to reduce the transparency. Can you see? The more you reduce it, the fader it becomes. It's started fading out small. This is actually good when you are trying to do some background manipulation. Can you see something like this? So that is all about transparency. Then we have layers. There are some instances whereby you need to drag some text to the back, some text to the front, some text to the back, or some sort of something like that. So this is where you can use layers, whereby you can drag some text. All you need is just to click on it, then you can drag it up, whether to the front, to the back of the text, like this, something like this. You're gonna see, you see it has moved to the back of that particular text. You see that survey is now at the back. If I move it to the front, you're gonna see the difference. Just drag, see the difference is on top of it, simply because it is, I reduce the transparency. That is why you're not seeing the effect very well. That is all on layer. Then we have positioning. Also, do you want to move it forward, do you want to move it backward, to the front, to the backward, something like that. It's just like when you are trying to work with different kind of element and text, you're gonna see the function of this very well. And we have the node. If you want to move it to the edge, move it down. Actually, this particular small cross, like, it helps you in dragging your content. Can you see something like this? I was able to drag, and one thing I like about Canva is that it helps you. It might not have grids or rules, but the moment you started dragging your content, it started aligning it, suggesting ways of putting them and arranging them on your text, on your workbench. Can you see something like this? And we have more here, whereby you can copy text, you can copy style, paste, duplicate, delete. So all these kind of things are important and essential. So I'm going to stop this particular video here, and in the part 2 I'll be explaining how you can use some shapes and the basic tools, saving, such as saving, undo, redo, and the likes, with just your Canva. And in the next part 2, we're still gonna be using some template and how you can easily edit your template. So thanks for watching this video to this particular page. See you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification bell so as not to miss essential videos like this. See you in the next one.